28 minutes moving into the hour of 9 o'clock. Welcome back to the morning show and welcome to our discussion on the road for today. In the studio with me, I have Inspector Harris and Sergeant Maguire. Good morning, gentlemen, and welcome to the studio.
Morning, GQ.
A pleasant morning.
All right, we can, before we open the lines, though, we'll hear from you guys first, and then we'll hand it over to the audience to hear from their end. So let's address the concerns from you, but I will let you introduce the program first, Inspector.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Delai Harris, Inspector of Police of Traffic Department. Presently, we are here today to highlight the movements of vehicle. As we all know, Green Valley is just a stone throw away. So therefore, invite Mr. Sergeant Matthew Maguire here to tell us, enlighten us, how the traffic flow will be operated in Cairn. I hand it over to Sergeant Maguire at this time.
Right, thank you, Inspector. Sergeant Maguire, everybody. My role here is basically to speak about the traffic management that will be in place during the Green Valley Festival. As you are aware, that the festival has commenced on Monday evening, and so there are activities throughout the rest of the week. However, the major activities are the Glow Parade, the Juve on Saturday, the Glow Parade this evening, Juve on Saturday, and the Parade of Troops and last lap session and with Monday, which is a public holiday, and also the Sunday evening you have an international night where they will have guest artists. And so my emphasis is the parades in relation to the traffic management. And so effective this evening, I think the Glow Parade is scheduled to start at 7 p.m. And so police will be out in numbers. And so just for information to the traveling public, that the parade route for the Glow Parade, they will start at the St. Mary's Anglican Church, that's in Upper Cairn, and they will travel along the street from the St. Mary's Anglican Church, and they will turn at the point, the road in the area of Windsor, and they will travel along the road upper the Island Main Road in Cabotry, and they will turn onto the main road and travel along the main road towards the health center, right along the Island Main Road at the police station, and then they will take a left turn right at the National Bank ATM machine, and they will travel along behind the Cairn Primary School and climax at the Atlantic View area. Now, during this activity, we are asking, well, traffic would not be interrupted up to the point of the turning off onto the Island Main Road towards the health center. And so when the parade or the parade travel along and it gets to the point of the Guy Street at the health center, vehicles can then drive along towards upwards into Spooners, Upper Cairn, that going up along driving along the Moravian Church, and then you can navigate your way back out of Cabotry for vehicles that are traveling from Bastia to Atlees. Vehicles that are traveling towards Bastia, you will turn onto right onto Lovers Lane, and then you can either navigate your way through Station Street, depending on where the parade is at, or you take the route after you come down to Lovers Lane. You take the first left, and then that route will take you right down to the back of the primary school. We call that area Hagland. So you will drive along that area, and then you end back out at the junction at the National Bank ATM machine. So that is for the Glow Parade this evening in terms of the traffic management. And then for the Juve, we will have, interestingly, that the Juve is unique this year, that you have 2 starting points from either directions. So you will have a starting point at Washgut area with the New Vibes Band, and then you will have a starting point right at the same point above, at Cabot Street, above the new water dam that has been installed just on the road, and that will be collision ban will start from that area. And so in relation to the traffic flow for the Juve, traffic traveling from Bastille, you will detour upwards into Spooners, and then you will travel right up and go and navigate your way along into Upper Cairn, and then you can navigate right through and exit into Cabot Street. That is for in terms of when there is the Juve and the band is along the Island Main Road. You don't have to worry, because we recognize they are hoping to have a prompt start, and so the lighting will still be a challenge for persons who are not familiar with the areas. The committee has been advised to make sure they put marcation to assist motorists navigating along the Spooners road into Upper Cairn. Also, you are likely to see some police tape along the way, and so you just travel in the direction that the tape will be placed. So that will assist you to easily travel, navigate your way through the route, so that you do not get caught up in the Juve. For the traffic that is traveling towards Bastille, you will take the same route that I would have highlighted, in that you turn right onto Lovers Lane, and you go along the road, you take the left, and you end up to the back of the primary school, and you exit at the National Bank ATM machine. Police officers will be in different locations, because there will be traffic signs or traffic restrictions will be in place to assist the easy flow of traffic. One of the things to bear in mind that we are asking motorists to please obey the traffic restrictions that are in place. A matter of fact, we are going to enforce strictly any violators in relation to the traffic restrictions. Parking is restricted along the Island Main Road and along the routes that the parade will be traveling. So we are asking also the residents who are having vehicle. I know that we like to have ease of comfort, but we are asking we are seeking your cooperation that you, if you are parking, if you live in the area of the route, the pathway of the route, that you do not park your vehicle in the area that can cause obstruction for that period of time. That is Wade Street, Wade Street, which is known as Station Street, and the other streets, Lovers Lane. You try to keep the pathway clear in terms of your parking. A matter of fact, the committee members should be coming out and reaching out to you to encourage you and solicit your cooperation, to accommodate an easy flow of traffic, so we don't have a cross with the revelers and vehicles that will complicate and make it difficult and compromise security and safety. Also, for the same route will be for the parade of troop. It's slightly different in the sense that for the parade of troop, this will intended to start at 1 p.m. sharp, and so the parade will commence from the St. Mary's Plain Field onto the main road, and we will travel along the Island main road up towards Keon, and then we go along the health center and turn right onto Lovers Lane, and then we will have a loop. You know, the normal loop where you come across the station, you go back up onto the main road and you come around, and that will happen until the climax. However, for the parade of troops that intended to end at 6 p.m. and then they will go into Maynard's Park, that is the basketball court, and that is where they will have some different, the troops will have some different performance, and then the last lap will commence and immediately on the Island Main Road in the same direction until 8 p.m. 8 p.m. Notice my emphasis. 8 p.m. There will be no drumming beyond 8 p.m. For the parade, for the Glow Parade, the intention, we exercise some flexibility up to 9 p.m. So they are supposed to get off the road and get to Atlantic View by 9 p.m. And so anything later, then we will have to navigate there without any jamming. But we are in light of safety and security, we want to make sure that everything is done and to a point that it is incident free. We want to encourage the revelers as well, and even persons who may want to take advantage of these opportunity, and you might want to have whatever things selling on the side. We are enforcing, and this is known because it's something that is done during Carnival, so we are enforcing a strict no battle policy in relation to that. The police will be vigilant, the police will be alert, and we intend to intercept any kind of action or behavior that we think that might pose a risk to safety. I don't think that anybody who attending the jamming need to have a bag. So anybody traveling with bags will be vigilant in terms of stop and searches. We want to encourage that persons do not walk with any weapon, especially for the shows. Firearm is strictly forbidden. You're a licensed firearm holder, then you can take the firearm at the police station. We will be willing to take custody of your firearm until after the show. But no firearm will be allowed, will be accepted in relation to these activities. Let me pause here, GQ, because it's quite a lot has been said, so that the listeners can really digest what has been said so far, and then we can come back.
And if they have any questions as it relates to this evening, they can call as well. In the meantime, while we wait for the calls, Inspector, anything from you?
Yes, concerning persons who going out to enjoy themselves, going to the dance, we asking persons when jamming, please be a distance from the trailer wheels. Because what we see every year, every time we have action like these where trailers are involved, a trailer run over somebody's foot, and we cannot blame the trailer. got to blame the individual. Because the trailer the tractor cannot see what he doing behind it. He pulling the music. So we asking persons who going out to enjoy themselves, please stay a distance from the trailer and enjoy yourself. And drinking and driving as well. Please have somebody in your group who is not drinking assist you and to drop you home.
Thank you, Inspector. Sergeant, let's continue our conversation until the calls.
Yes. Right. So, as I was saying about the traffic restriction, one of the things we will also have a tow truck available. So any illegal parking or unauthorized parking in the pathway, mainly the Island Main Road, within the vicinity that the parade will be traveling, that vehicle will be the driver will be ticketed and the vehicle will be towed. In relation to the other activities that are taking place at Maynard's Park, the streets around the park, we are asking for no parking to be done in that area, because the event will be strictly a Green Valley event, and so I think the intention is to have that area to have vending in relation to that, persons who are registered vendors, and so that will be used as a perimeter for the venue. GQ, during these activities, there will be other activities happening. I know that there has been an advert for the reopening of the Green Valley pub, and so that is something that we have to also police and manage. Anyway, there is discussion that to be taken place in relation to the organizers of the reopening of Green Valley pub and the Green Valley Committee. In addition to that, I know right after the Glow Parade that there will be a fete at the bar in the same area of Atlantic View that will also be policed, and then you have the usual Henry Knight spot. So there will be other activities that will be taking place that will have an implication to traffic, and that is one of the reasons why we are strictly enforcing parking on the main road, so we don't have to avoid any traffic congestion.
No, you made mention of Americans for the areas where people are not accustomed to drive. Will police be on those routes as well?
No, we would not have the manpower to do so, and that is why, in place of that, we have advised the committee members, the committee, to make sure that the route is clearly marked for identification, so that it make it easier in the event that there is a motorist who is unfamiliar with the route and happen to travel, not having the advantage of other vehicles to follow, so that they will know how they get out. We recognize that the area, there will be vulnerabilities to some aspect. However, we will be having police patrols to be around. So police will be very vigilant. Also, even persons going towards the juve and the partying, we are asking the motorists to exercise patience, because there will be VCPs, vehicular checkpoints, and different things to make sure that persons who might have, because and this does not target you, the law-abiding citizens. We are really, our target is persons who might seem to take the opportunity to commit crime. Another important thing to note is that the Keon Police District has also partnered with the committee. So there is a partnering initiative where we want to promote awareness in crime prevention and positivity around the festival in relation to crime prevention. And so there will be at different intervals, and this will be ongoing. In fact, the intention is to have a week of community engagement. So the committee will partner with the Keon Police District, as well as the intention is to engage the health department in a collaborative effort that we talk about some health issues, we talk about issues concerning crime, and how we can engender the support of the community to develop is like a call to action in relation to crime prevention and the role that each of us has to play, a shared responsibility in crime prevention. So this is one of the things that the committee intends to do as an ongoing activity of involvement.
All right, let's take this call.
Yes.
Good morning, your life.
Yes, thank you. Good morning, good program, Maguire.
Yes.
But I got you all doing the marking out because a lot of people in this my spoon was yet answer to get back down.
Right.
So thank you all.
Okay.
You are doing a good work this time.
Right.
Thank you.
Yes. So Inspector Harris, who is in charge of the traffic department, part of his responsibility in relation to the festival is to ensure that the traffic flow and the management of the traffic with the requisite signs and other things will be in place, and so that we can ensure that we minimize any frustration as much as possible to motorists who might not be participating in the events, and you might want to get about your business in a normal fashion. So the intention is never to disrupt the normal flow or the normal course of life in terms of the motorists, but we are hoping that one can understand that because of what is happening, there might be some interruption and some inconvenience. So we crave your cooperation and your understanding if you might find yourself being inconvenienced in any way. And the intention is to ensure that is be kept as minimal as possible.
Don't mean to, make that the biggest talking point for this morning, but are those markings in place right now?
Well, they should be going in place today. I will follow up on it and make sure that it is done. I know that the Keon officers will be working along with the committee to ensure that is done. That's why we agreed to put in the yellow tape, because it's highlighted. But we had asked the committee to organize some arrows and give it a highlighted color. So they have some boards, and they put the arrow, and it will indicate the direction of travel, but the tape will help to illuminate and highlight where they are placed.
What about the tractors? Someone decided, you know what, I'm going to be malicious and remove these signs. What's in place for that?
Well, Jackie, that's a good question, but we are hoping that because the festival is part of all of the, community development and social enjoyment and everything. So we hope that everybody plays a part, even though if your part that you play is not in the reveling, attending the festival, your part will be that you help to enhance safety, community safety. And so, to your question, if there is anybody who malicious want to remove what is put in place in the interest of safety, we think that if they are caught, then there will be some way of how they can be held accountable.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So by law, you can do something about that.
Well, not necessarily by law in terms of an offense, but I think that there is some way how the police can make that person be held accountable.
Well, I should
Of
hope
course, everything has to do with evidence and everything.
Yeah, I should hope
Yes,
so.
yes.
I should hope so.
Yeah, that's why I'm kind of
Gathered?
in terms
Or
of
cautious?
what I said,
Yes,
cautious in
yes,
terms of what I
yes.
said, because they are not really they. I don't think that they will fall within the ambit of traffic signs, and so that is why I'm cautious in relation to that. It's just direction to show a part of travel.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Inspector, anything from you? We have just about 3 more minutes left.
On traffic side of it, traffic continue to do aggressive policing. We observe a number of people with fully tinted windows, dark tinted windows and fully tinted windscreen. The law provide tint to be 35%. The windscreen, the front windscreen, is said to be supposed to be 10 inches. Persons are using that and putting on the whole vehicle in front fully tint. We asking person to stop it. If you have a full tint, remember it's only 10 inch. With that, if the police have the authority to give you the tickets and ask you to remove the tint right away, even though you remove the tint, you also could receive the ticket. So I know persons saying that this is too punishment, but that's the law. We cannot allow you to go and break in the law over and over. You have to remove, or the vehicle will be impounded. So we asking persons to be clean-handed. Let's all do this together, and everything will be good.
All right.
Well, in relation to the ticketing of the tint and removing the tint, the purpose of removing the tint is to prevent the continuation of the offense. And so, because the thing about it, if you are given a ticket and another police officer stop you down the road, nothing really stop that police officer to tick you again because the offense continuing. However, the police officer can exercise the discretion. So it is the removal of the tint is really to make sure that the offense does not continue. We know that people go back after a while and they put back on the tint and so on, but it means therefore that once you are being, because the law is so strict in regard to the tinting that your vehicle can be impounded. Your vehicle, the police can take your vehicle into custody until the offense is being corrected. A matter of fact, if you're taken to the court, you can charge up to, I think it's $5,000.
That's correct.
Right? So that is how serious the law is in relation to that. But I think that we need to do more education in relation to the tinting of vehicles, because I don't think that the citizens or the motorists really get the seriousness as to how the law treat tinting of vehicles. But it's very serious. The consequence can be very severe.
Gentlemen, I want to thank you for passing through this morning.
Yes.
and highlighting the do's and the don'ts and the traffic ways during the parade and Juve for Green Valley. Thank you for both for being here. I believe I'll see you all, well, maybe not you, Sergeant, but I'll see you again next week, Inspector. Yes. Do have a great day, sir.
Same to you, sir.
Yes,
So
sir.
I want to thank the inspector for the opportunity in terms of really coming and highlighting the what is taking place during the festival, and so that we continue to ensure that we work and achieve safety for all. Thanks.
So we don't, hey.